My younger sister mocked me at her baby celebration, which I funded with $3,700 of my savings. "You look like a circus act, your voice like a squeaky pup," she quipped in Spanish, believing I wouldn't catch it. I smiled, then turned to her guests, answering every jab in Spanish, French, and Italian. I stepped outside, made one call, and spoke 4 words. "My name is Nico. I'm 28, the eldest, the go-to linguist, and the one they call when the router blinks. I rent a snug, slightly slanted apartment above a bakery. I work days at a transport firm and nights teaching basic Spanish, French, and Italian online to folks who say, I've dreamed of learning, then skip their assignments. I'm not wealthy, I'm steady. In my family, those traits clash. Ask my mom about me and she says, Nicholas is sharp, he helps, like describing a reliable stool. Ask about my sister, Camilla, and she glows, my darling, so radiant, so charming. Camilla, 25, shines on screen and commands attention in person. She drifts through crowds like a festival banner. I'm the one steadying the chords. I learned languages because their patterns felt fair if you practiced. Verbs didn't snap. Adjectives never called me too fragile. At 16, I taught myself French basics from a library book, feeling a small gate unlock in my mind. Italian followed. Spanish came from home, then gained structure in college. Words became side work. Side work paid bills on time. Everyone praised the outcome. No one respected where it stopped and I began. The week before Camilla's event, which I planned and paid for, I fell asleep at my table, head on a budget list. Hall, $1,800. Food, $1,250. Decorations and balloons, $290. Music, $210. Extras, $150. Total, $3,700. I wrote the numbers twice. Repetition grounds me. My mother's text loomed like a pinned note. We'll repay you bit by bit, Mijo. In our family, that's a soothing myth. I wanted to trust it. On the event day, I arrived early. I smoothed tablecloths, checked outlets, taped cables to avoid trips and lawsuits from someone who shares gratitude memes but ignores emails. I wore a crisp black shirt and shoes for quick steps. I looked like crew, that was deliberate. By noon, the space filled. Camilla swept in, a white gown like spun sugar, one hand on her belly, the other on her phone. Guests cheered. I stood by the dessert table, cutting pastries, blending into the air. The DJ needed the Wi-Fi code. The caterer asked about refills. I handled both. Then I heard it. Look at Nico. Nico, Camilla said in Spanish, sharp and casual. Person piaso con esa camisa barata. Y su voz, como un perito que intenta ser sofisticado. He looks like a clown in that cheap shirt. His voice, like a pup trying to sound polished. Her friend smirked. My aunt gave a sly, soft smile, the kind she uses for quiet wins. For a moment, I thought I misheard. I teach Spanish. I don't mishear it. I also teach French and Italian, the skills that funded this day. It hit anyway. My chest flared, then cooled. I set the knife down. I walked over with napkins like a server. I smiled. In Spanish, calm, I said, entiendo todo. Incluyendo cuando confunden bondad con servidumbre. I understand all, including when kindness is mistaken for servitude. Their brows twitched like startled birds. I turned to the guests and repeated it in French, then Italian. No scene, just words. The room paused. The DJ softened the music as if it were at fault. My mother's jaw tightened, a silent don't you dare. I didn't. I carried a tray, handed out treats, and let the moment settle like a stone in my pocket. Later, after photos where I was a shadow holding lights, not a brother, I stepped outside to the covered porch. The air was crisp, pavement smelled of rain that never came. My phone buzzed with a $410 charge labeled extras. I scrolled to the venue contact, watching the call button glow. I made one call, said 4 words. And the open bar. No shouting, no explanation. I walked back in and the floor didn't tilt. It didn't start with taunts. It started with we're short this month. We'll figure it out. We'll pay you back. We is warm until the bill arrives. Then it's you. At 19, my dad's truck needed tires. He sighed over the paper bill like it was wounded. Cuanto tines guardado, Nico. I had $340. We'll fix it together, he said. Use your card for the deposit. Together became nothing. When I asked about repayment, my mother said, no seas contador. Don't play accountant. A jest that cut. In college, I commuted. Camilla got a dorm for the experience. I woke at 5 a.m., took 2 buses, worked the library, and tutored Spanish for $12 an hour. Camilla joined a sorority, posted family first captions, and texted, can you help, twice monthly. When her rent lagged, I sent $600. She replied with a kiss sound and you're amazing. I told myself love is practical. I told myself lies. The small slights wore plain clothes. Speak your fancy French. My uncle would say over a parking ticket. Use Italian for the valet. Dad would add, meaning talk so we don't tip. Mom had me translate dental plan calls, then scoffed when I asked for the policy number. So dramatic, she'd say, just speak. I love speaking. I love it more when people hear. My job thrives because I'm fluent and punctual. I call drivers in Spanish, email clients in English, fix warehouse issues in Italian without apps. Nights, I teach beginners because it centers me. My students say Gracie like it's a gift. They don't mock my voice. Family needs grew like weeds. Mom's dental work, $180 just today. The clinic won't take checks. Dad's cable bill, an error. Camilla's apartment deposit, gone in 3 months. You know landlords. When I paused, Mom said, it's always money with you. When I gave in, she'd call me Nico, like it meant thanks. Then Camilla got pregnant. The announcement was confetti and a tiny shoe. Our blessing, she captioned. I sent congrats with 3 hearts. Mom called excited. We want a grand party, she said. Not cheap, she deserves it. Deserves opens doors in our house with a price list. Budget, I asked. The venue's $1,800 includes chairs, she said. I laughed. Chairs are standard. You handle it, she said. You're good with details. We'll all pitch in. Like saying we'll all diet this year. I compared venues. The simple one was fine. Camilla picked the grander. Basic balloons were fine. She chose Starry Night. A speaker could have sufficed. She wanted a DJ to run games. The mocktail bar was sweet. She added a dessert cart from a video. I made a spreadsheet, my way of caring. Columns for vendor, due date, balance. My name went by payments. Vendors need 1 contact. I sent it to the family chat. Mom liked it, wrote, love you. Dad said, looks fine. Camilla asked, can napkins be sky blue, not dull blue? Dull's depressing. The week before, requests piled up. More seats, friends invited friends. Add a candy station. Extend the photographer. My let me see became my card number. Days before, Camilla texted, can you cover the nursery rug? It's on sale, $379. I replied, I've paid for the party. It's for the baby, she said. Same thing, for the baby unlocks everything. I held firm. Not the same, I wrote. Mom called, just this, she said. She's stressed. You're strong. Strength isn't sponsorship, I said. She sighed. It's always money. Then the DJ needs the deposit now. I added 1 rule to the contract. Final charges needed my text approval. No auto debits. A note to myself, you can say no. I hoped I wouldn't need it. Hope is cheap. Parties aren't. That day, I translated for caterers, fixed the DJ's invoice, and told security about wristbands in Italian. The guard smiled at my switch. I carried boxes, handed out pins, taped backdrops. For a moment I thought this might work. Then Camilla's jab landed and something in me stood tall. It didn't yell, it stopped bending. Why not confront her? I did quietly. Why keep paying? Because no sparks alarms. I can't means I won't. Not this means never. Please respect me sounds foreign. I'm a translator. I should have translated my limits. Instead I organized, funded, and smiled like crew. Outside under the awning I held 1 word, enough. The big moment wasn't loud. It was a line. Mid-games, the DJ called for the big brother. Camilla clapped. Nico, something sweet, short. You talk like a lecture. I stood by the cake still. I'm thrilled for my niece, I said. May she grow loved, safe, and no kindness isn't a credit line. Some laughed, thinking it clever. Camilla's smile froze. What, she said, bright for the crowd. I repeated in Spanish, French, Italian. The DJ lowered the volume. Napkins stilled. A joke, Camilla hissed. You're sensitive. I'm fluent, I said. In 3 tongues and yours. Mom stepped in. Nicholas, not now. Now, I said softly. The bills now. The manager lingered, checking time. I signaled. He came, polite smile. All good. 1 change, I said. Showed the text. Close the open bar. 4 words, he nodded. We'll switch to included drinks. He left quietly. Camilla blinked, stunned. You're embarrassing me, she said, loud for 2 tables. I'm done paying for insults, I said, steady. Dad tried. Family matter. Home. Home's where it started, I said. It ends here. Camilla began. After all I've done, you asked, I said. I said yes. Now no, why now? She snapped. You thought I wouldn't understand, I said. And the joke still hurts. Mom grabbed me. For the baby, I said. I'm learning limits. Camilla's eyes teared. Revenge? No, I said. I'll love my niece. Not your wallet. You're cheap, she spat. Your shirt. Maybe, I said, but I'm buying my pride. The manager returned. Done, he said. Dessert carts off. Needs approval. Camilla gasped. I told you to add it. You told me, I said. I didn't approve. The room needed a reset. I gave it. Let's cut cake, I said. Guests clapped eagerly. We sang sliced. Camilla's smile was sharp. Mom posed us, cropped me out. I served with steady hands, feeling solid ground. Relatives hugged Camilla and left. Dad was silent. Mom's face was tight. Camilla whispered, you're dead to me. I stacked plates, tipped staff, thanked the manager, and left under the awning, rain-scented air. My phone felt heavy. My heart didn't. That night it exploded. Mom, 14 missed calls. Dad, 6. Camilla, 22. Cousins texted, not picking sides, but the group chat was a trial. I set my phone down, ate leftover rice. The bakery closed at 10. Sweetness rose, then faded. Silence arrived, a welcome guest. Morning, Mom texted. You hurt your sister, shamed your father, ruined a joyful day. We gave you everything. Apologize. Now, we'll talk at 8. At 8, I was on a work call. At 10, I walked, watching pigeons bicker. Camilla texted, you owe $410 for canceled extras. I replied no. She sent a voice note I didn't play. Later, no payment, no meeting my daughter. Like my niece was a gated park. 2 days later, Mom called from a new number. You broke her heart, she said. Over money, over respect, I said. We gave you all, she listed. Food, clothes, school, counting pennies. Counting boundaries, I said. Apologize, she urged. We said you were stressed. I meant it, I said. For years. Dad texted, be a man. I replied I was. He sent a photo of the empty dessert space, like proof of guilt. I didn't answer. Day 3, Camilla posted, family can cut deepest. A belly photo with a hopeful song. Cousins messaged, don't lose her. Money passes, take the joke. I laughed at that. I opened my budget app, marked the party final, deleted family emergencies. New rule, no family transfers without treating it as a gift. A small shift, a new life. Phone silent at 9 p.m. Sundays for peace. Lessons neatly planned. Students thank me without demands. A nurse in Toronto said, you make it clear. A baker in Dallas sent planet-shaped cookies. A student flirted in Spanish, improved anyway. A week later, Camilla called. You made me look foolish, she said. Everyone talked. I didn't broadcast your joke, I said. It was humor, she said. At my expense, I said. With my money, so, she snapped. You're no hero for knowing words. I'm less without me, I said. What? She asked. I won't pay to be mocked, I said. She called me selfish, cruel, hung up. Then don't come when she's born. Later, you can come if you apologize. Then, a crib link, $649. Now's the time. I typed, number, set my phone down. Mom sent a childhood photo, me pushing Camilla on a swing. You loved her, she wrote. I do, I said. Staring at our young smiles, she's not a villain. She learned I'd carry her weight until I buckled. Love isn't endless bending. It's knowing when to sit. Silence wasn't peace. It was strategy. Dad called. Family meeting Sunday. I won't come, I said. You're 15 minutes away, he said. My time, my terms, I said. He sighed. Well, remember. Good, I said. Sunday, I read at the library, a mystery where guilt wasn't mine. My phone collected missed calls, texts about voting on my apology. My aunt wrote, if he's stubborn, Mom, we'll give him time. Camilla, he'll crawl back. I closed the chat, borrowed a book. Work felt lighter. I ate breakfast seated, watched a movie uninterrupted, heard my own thoughts. A month later, my niece Valentina was born. A group chat photo, pink cheeks, tiny hat. No call. I typed, congrats, hope you're healthy. Camilla Reed didn't reply. Mom texted, meet her when you apologize. I wrote, I'll meet her when you respect me. Dad sent, family is everything. I replied, not a blank check. I started therapy. What do you want? The counselor asked. Quiet, I said. To pick a gift for my niece and wait until respect comes. She nodded. Do it. I bought a onesie with stars, stored it, wrote, from Uncle Nico, I'll see you when they grow. Camilla reposted the registry. I closed it. Ate rice and eggs by an open window. The bakery's sweetness asked nothing. My days became mine. Mondays, work lessons, laundry. Tuesdays, walks, Italian news. Wednesdays, therapy. Thursdays, calls with Rena, who asks, what's for you? Fridays, movies. Saturdays, sleep. Sundays, library, meal prep, quiet. They texted. Baptism meeting, bring napkins. Cousin needs moving help. I didn't go. My heart raced, then calmed faster. I poured coffee, said aloud, you can be kind and done. 2 months later, Camilla texted at midnight, Doctor tomorrow, I'm scared. For a moment, I was her brother. Then, $200 for copy. I wrote, I hope it's okay. I can't send money. I can help with Spanish. She replied, forget it. I didn't. Morning, I asked, how'd it go? Fine, she said. Then I don't need pity. I stayed silent. Mom called. Baptism next month. You'll pay the lunch. Tradition. My tradition's new, I said. I'll come if respected. Bring a gift, not a bill. You're impossible, she said. I'm kind to the right people, I said. At the baptism, I stood back, held Valentina briefly, took one blurry photo, paid my meal, hugged a cousin who whispered, good for you, left early. The sky was just blue. The bakery smelled sweet. No grand apology came, just space. To breathe, think, choose. I want to love my niece without a fee. I'll be the uncle who listens. I can wait. My lessons on my fridge under a star magnet. I won't fund disrespect. One breath. Years to learn, not revenge. Closure. I set tolls on bridges. Pay respect or walk another path. My name is Nico. I'm 28. I was scenery. Now I'm the one who paid $3,700 and chose the voice whispering, you're worth more. I hear it. I answer.